All right, that is the Nassau County Legislature building. We are here early to register for the legislative meeting today, where I plan to speak about my opposition to the contract with Veolia. We're kicked out because we don't have passes. So now we're waiting for a pass. Good old Nassau County politics. They try not to let us speak, but you know my voice will be heard. Along with all these other people, nobody ever shuts me up. We have excellent turnout, which is excellent news. But we could have 1 million people here, and these freaking fools sitting up there still won't care what we think. Standing room only now in here. That's why I got here early. The meeting is supposed to start at 1. It is 1:15, and we still don't see any sign of the legislature yet. They're probably scared to face the music.
In the chamber. So just please, bear with us a few minutes. We could start it, we would like to start it with everybody here, and both the minority, the coming in minority leader and majority leader upstairs in a meeting. So give us another 5 to 10 minutes.
We need to have that discussion here. In a meeting, this was a meeting.
People get able right to get back.
You told us 1 o'clock. Disrespectful to us.
That's the way I'm actually for capacity. So what I'm saying is that not counting the wheelchairs as a seat. So we can actually do the okay? So I just need you to kind of make your own row. Thank you. I just need you to kind of make a row.
Of course, the MTA hearings, the people in wheelchairs are normally up front. This is why we need the MTA to continue to run things, because Nassau County doesn't care about buses.
Don't leave, they want you.
Yeah. Say that.
Right.
Stop playing with our minds.
That's right.
Is this any better?
No!
Louder!
Speak up! You hear me? Speak up! So we can hear the microphone. Come on! Come on, Mangano, jump on me in the situation. So you need to come on.
Call in the geek squad. You can't hear.
You two Peter Spit. There's only one person rides the bus, as you say.
Give him a bullhorn or something.
Y'all respect me, right?
No respect to the people.
Never did.
Apologize for that. No, man, for the mic? What about
Okay, let him speak.
We're going to have a hearing. You'll all be heard. And we're going to go through the whole thing. Let me just begin by apologizing for the delay. Both the minority leader and myself are in meetings with the county executive. Minority leader elect and myself were in meetings with the county executive, and that's what has delayed the start of the hearing. But it's not going to delay
Wait.
Coconut.
That's not a coincidence.
We don't have to listen to you. We want to see your face, not your back.
All right, let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk.
And respect the chain of police.
He doesn't respect. He don't respect nobody. Some respect. He won't even pay MTA money. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You will be voted out. You will be voted out.
You have
You will be voted out.
Okay, let him speak. That's okay. Let him speak, please.
You will hear the details of the bus service that will be in this county starting January 1st.
We don't want.
Before you catcall,
We're not catcalling.
let's get the facts on the table.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So if you give us a minute,
You don't need the
we
mic.
make a presentation. Let us have the presentation heard, and you will be heard. So Nassau County buses to work, school, the store, the doctor, and they depend on it. And we understand that. A year ago, that was truly threatened here in Nassau County. The MTA demanded either $26 million more of the taxpayers' dollars, or they offered to cut 27 routes. Those are the facts that I had to deal with as your county executive. Find $26 million more in the worst of times. The worst of times where this county is facing serious decisions, or cut 27 routes and leave over 50% of our ridership stranded. We did not accept that. We looked for another way. We did, in fact, negotiate in earnest. We did. And that resulted in the MTA sending us a letter terminating their agreement with us to operate the bus service. So faced with unreasonable demands, followed by a letter to terminate our bus service, we looked for another way. Now Nassau County will have 100% local oversight. 100%. Next, compared to the MTA's planned cuts, we restore service for thousands of riders, and we will preserve the Able Ride service area for hundreds of disabled riders that depend on Able Ride to provide them with independence.
For Able Ride, 280,000 rides every single year. There is a fleet of nearly 315 fixed route buses and nearly 100 buses for Able Ride. Next to gas and electric and water, all of that was jeopardized. The MTA demanded $26 million more for the same service. No value added, no cutting edge technology, no express routes for the community. As the county executive indicated, you look at the first door. Write the check to the MTA for more than $35 million. In this door, the taxpayer loses. If you move to the second door, look at the current reality as to what constituents were experiencing with the MTA. Amongst the highest costs per hour in the industry. Long waits and county design and
Liar. You're lying.
where the taxpayers,
You're lying.
customers,
Shut up.
Finish lying.
employees win. And now let me take you inside of door 3.
We're not interested.
Door 3 is a partnership between the public and the private. Let me share with you some of the reasons as to why the evaluation team chose Viola. Local tax revenues. from a fleet today that is only on time 62% of the time, that misses 10% of its service, that imposes fare hikes and already been out, listening to customers, listening to business leaders, and listening to employees to ensure the community enjoys a high-quality experience. Just 9 months ago, the MTA conducted hearings and was prepared to impose a 57% slashing of Long Island Bus. And the scope and a scalpel. An airline that flies a 747.
We're not talking about no airline. We don't want to know about the airline. We want to know about MTA. We don't fly. We ride.
Will very quickly be out of business.
Hurry up.
Look for Veolia to
You don't have nothing else to say. Why don't you sit down?
approach whereby customers that need more service will see more service, ensuring that service.
Get out of Nassau County and go back where you come from. Get out of Nassau County and go back where you come from.
Yeah, but you gotta have order. On this slide,
we pay these taxes, not you.
40% of the revenue comes from the customer. And 60% comes from the taxpayer. Veolia will be allowed to analyze those buses where it requires 3 times taxpayer subsidy.
I'm not a child.
Let's get the other side story. We got one side.
That was here.
Yeah.
Subsidy is approximately $1,100 a year. On 2% of service, there is approximately a $4,700 taxpayer subsidy, and on some buses, there is a nearly $7,000 taxpayer subsidy per person per year. It does not take a calculator to realize that at some point, it is less expensive to buy some folks a car.
It has to go to a committee. A committee of 5 people.
Who elected them?
So you understand as well?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
This is like a game.
Yes, Mr. Maragos, I'm sure you know this is going back, as far as hearings go, almost 2 years now.
Good afternoon, fellow citizens, politicians, and lawmakers. My name is Soumya Krupp. I'm 21 years old. I come from a lower middle class family of 2 working parents, currently employed by MTA Long Island Bus. My mother is a claims analyst and my father a mechanic at Paratransit. I'm a college student. I have a sister who is going to college soon and a brother born with a facial deformity who requires constant medical attention. And that will stop as of January 31st because my parents will no longer reap the benefits of employment.
My concern and the concern with folks in my congregation has been the unavailability of the contract right now to know all of the features and to properly evaluate them.
Right.
And so I would ask, when will this be available so that we will have full access to all of the aspects? And evaluate. We've tried to download it. It's nigh unto impossible. And we need to have this available. Do we have some answer to this?
Ladies and gentlemen, in the past couple of months, on the news of Long Island Bus, which seriously came into the media, I'm wondering if I have to bend over and kiss the Hitler boots as Mr. Mangano's office by creating the most secret society.
Excuse me, could you explain what that means?
You know what
Let him talk. Let him talk, man.
Ignore him like how you was ignoring the others.
Shut your mouth and let him speak.
Mr. Mangano's office by creating the most secret society as I call it from people. Due to the lack of transparency and calling for public hearing on Long Island Bus contract, and until here,
What?
Let him speak. Forget it. Let him speak. Let him speak.
Let him speak.
It's a public hearing.
You're not supposed to comment.
Shut your mouth and let him speak. Or stop the clock.
And it is
Y'all
unfortunate.
sitting up there laughing and stuff. This ain't funny.
When he's done, I supported him.
One day y'all family gonna have to run.
Yo, let him
Which
speak.
Viola in the closed door room is shameful. I'm not defending neither MTA nor Viola
That's right.
or any other service provider, as I and public are totally left out to know what's going on. The most precious body of our communities, which is public transportation, affecting the lives of all of the hard-working people who could not afford even go to the board to provide basic human necessities, the food, on their own tables in an early future based on Veolia's contract. I call all of you to approve the Viola contract, including Mr. Mangano and his team as the members of the secret society criminal, and demand to be prosecuted to the full extent by the law. You know, my grandmother, who did not finish the high school, would write a better contract than Mr. Mangano and his
the microphone for the next speaker.
Why? You interrupted him.
Mr. Mangano was to come up with the public debate on the Langaland bus before even presenting that to the legislature body, which is based on the country charter.
Don't say any more, this
Do you understand?
I hope he gets it.
Massapequa should be ashamed of you.
I'm stumping on the head balloons. I don't know about you.
Well, you know what?
Get over that. Let him speak.
We have a very, very significant issue here that brings out emotions in a lot of people on all sides of the issue. And this is not the first. This is not the first time this has gone. This is not the first time.
Joan Moulton, I live in South Hempstead. I was listening to all this math about the bus service, and to me the simple thing is, if you're adding profit, if you have a company, the company has to make profits, that is adding expense to the mix. Why can't you solve the problem without adding more expense? You are making a profit on the backs of our working poor.
Good afternoon to all the legislators. Good afternoon to all the people that are here. Yay! All the bus workers, all the unions. Just to let you know, Legislator Abrams, I agree with you when you say that we're not trying to demonize Viola. I don't want to throw Viola under the bus. But the county does have the power right now to make a decision that is going to benefit everyone in this room and in this county. At the end of the day, it is your choice that is really going to make a difference. Please know this, though, that when you are making your decision, that the general public, at the end of the day, is what's putting money in your pocket.
Powers, which you're saying that they're going to have all these powers. So right out of the gate, they're reducing the powers. By all the covers its costs and affords we all the opportunity to earn and reasonable margin for overhead and profit. The owner shall have the authority to adjust headways, time points at discretion according to the customer demand. Number 4, up to 6 routes may be eliminated if such service is duplicated in that majority of passengers on such route have access to another route within 1 mile.
I've heard everything that the owner has to say. I am a rider of the bus, and I'd like to know how can we be guaranteed that my owner is not going to increase fares and decrease service if they're a business that's in business to make money, and if we cannot afford to how will we be able to pay Viola?
I depend on 2 buses to visit my girlfriend, my mother who's in a healthcare facility who is sick, to go to a part-time seasonal job, and also go to the government for programs to improve my abilities and skills. I must take 1 bus and transfer to another bus. What happens with companies that are concerned only with profits if they decide just one of these routes is not profitable?
Right.
I'm left with walking, skateboard, or a mule.
Quiet.
Give her the microphone, please.
I don't need a mic. She don't need a mic.
Shut up and let her talk.
For 34 years, I have been riding bus number 36, which doesn't carry too many passengers. It could have, if they had advertised that the bus can take you, if the people in Long Island knew that there were bus stops in their neighborhood, and if the schools gave a decent discount to the students going to high school. I came from Brooklyn. I always paid half fare on 2 buses to get to high school. I was legally blind. I knew that I wasn't going to drive a car at 19 years old. My father said, don't drive. You can get other people into trouble, as well as yourself. I have been dependent and independent by buses.
Nice.
My bus drivers who are here, I thank that they have always been courteous and well-trained. I want to make sure that our new bus drivers, if you sign this contract, are qualified, that they know that the routes where they're going to be, that if they need a small bus, they're going to have some kind of contract being signed by the legislators who represent me. I want to make sure that you include the needs of all the people that are coming up with macular degeneration who will not be able to drive their freaking cars and pollute the air, and use the buses properly. People who ride the bus, I invite all of you to ride a bus and see how wonderful it can be. You don't have to no. Come and ride the bus, use the bus, and also get bus riders to be on your panels.
But otherwise, people are not using it because they don't believe it's reliable.
Right, and bus stops. People don't even know in their own neighborhoods that there's a bus stop. There are organizations for the blind that had to get the
I agree with you.
That we're very uneducated. Even though we're educated, we're dumb, and we have places to go, and everybody can help in this.
My concern is that we need a reliable and expensive, dependable bus service. The people that ride the bus are low and middle class people who do not have cars, and most of them cannot afford a car in Nassau County. Without them, you would not have a bus service. And these people depend on a reliable and expensive service to get to their jobs, their doctors, and other necessary duties that they have to perform.
Fire up or what?
No, the other way.
Since you say one person rides the bus where you live at, you calling a lie right now. Because I ride the M6 every single day. Those buses are packed. Those buses skip the first stop on 169th Street because it's so packed. It's not holding that else. When you come up with this, oh, one person rides the bus.
You're too close to my phone. I can't hear things.
Yes, you can. Don't be smart with me. You claim you ain't got no money to subsidize buses, but you can pay for a coliseum and a pool? That is Schmidt, because you two are the ones that afford this deal, so I'm speaking to both of you guys right now. How you go to sleep at night knowing that people are going to have to stand outside in the cold? Elderly people, disabled people have to wait on buses because of you. All you had to do was pay MTA money and we wouldn't be seeing anything. That's right.
Okay, we waited a while to talk. Now you're going to listen to what we have to say. And I'm going to use every bit of my 3 minutes here. I come before you today because Nassau County is coming to a fork in the road. One road will preserve Nassau's economy and quality of life. The other heads down into a disaster area. That road is called Veolia. Ed Mangano claims this contract is a heroic act to save bus service in Nassau County. But it is Mangano that is the villain here. Exactly. The counties pay... You know, the other counties, the MTA's demands for a higher subsidy were very reasonable and in line with what other counties pay for their bus service. But Nassau County thinks the 100,000 daily riders of Long Island Bus and the hard-working employees are worthless. Such a small $2 million county subsidy should be considered illegal. How can one of the richest counties in the United States, where Range Rovers dominate the roads, not be able to afford bus service? You and I know that's bullshit. This county is no better than this contract is no better than the MTA, and in many ways, much worse. Veolia can reduce service by 20% and eliminate 6 routes without even a hearing or a vote. This transit committee Mangano touts so highly about, he appoints 3 of the 5 members. How can that even be considered democratic? It's pretty clear Mangano, along with Peter Schmidt, are completely unaware of how this bus system works. Peter, I've even read you say you've seen buses running around empty. And look at me when I'm talking to you. You said it, I saw it in the paper. My buses are jammed up. They are overcrowded. You know, it's funny, and there's no guarantees that MetroCard will even be accepted either. With less buses and higher fares, many riders will be forced to leave Nassau County. And maybe they'll even show up at the welfare office, which will cost even more money for the county. It's funny, for somebody who says you want to see people get back to work, you're taking away their means to get to work. Then more will wind up at the welfare office, of course. And the contract will cost Nassau more than with staying with the MTA. Not only will they have to pay higher taxes as businesses leave the county, this company can ask for more money and pull out without any notice, leaving taxpayers on the hook for any additional costs. This contract makes no sense, morally or financially. Each one of you will be deciding on Nassau County's future, and I don't see how anyone in their right conscience, if they call themselves a human being,
if they're going to make people suffer,
approve this nice screw job on Nassau County. Because that's what NICE stands for. Nice screw job. You'll be throwing my future as well as those of the 100,000 daily riders, employees, and Nassau's economy at the mercy of the wolves. Think very carefully about what you're doing. It's not too late to get back to the table with the MTA. Don't be the Grinch that stole bus service away from Nassau. Guess what happened? The bus stalled out. Yep, just stalled out again. This is what you pay for with Veolia. You get crap. Gets you, this is what $30 less per operational hour gets you. Look at the condition of that engine. Another day, another breakdown. This is 1642. Just broke down over here at Nassau Community College. 16. Look at the back of that bus. Going off. This is bus 1738. I want to share with you how nice this bus is. He has no air conditioning. No air conditioning. All right. So I'm going home, and the bus comes 10 minutes early. I'm not at the bus stop because I get to the bus stop 5 minutes before it comes. He comes 10 minutes early. It's the 35, all right? And the next bus never shows up. And now I'm waiting for the next bus after that. So I've been standing here an hour. You believe it would be faster to walk home. This is what I mean about nice bus. And it's a disaster, all right? The buses don't show. I mean, literally, I'm stranded here, all right? I'm stranded here, all right? I may have to walk home if this next bus doesn't show up. There's no supervision. There's no maintenance. This is a bare bones, low budget, piece of crap operation. It had to be said. I'm sorry, Veolia, but you guys have failed. Sure enough, we all get to stand now. I get to stand another half an hour now on the bus. Yay. Yay, Veolia. Because I've been waiting for the N51. The N51, last one of the evening, hasn't showed up. So I'm pretty much stranded. Almost stranded. I have to take the train. But it hasn't showed up. There was supposed to be one at 6:52. Never showed up. And we have a state of emergency with Nice Bus. 2 N20s are missing. A woman told me N73 never showed up. The roads are fine, so it's just the roads are just wet. The buses are breaking down like crazy. Half of them are not showing up at all. We have a state of emergency with Nice. MTA was here. They have dispatches. If there were delays or breakdowns, direct the buses. There's nothing going on. There are no dispatches. There's no order in this company. It's a disaster. And the man signs his work. There he is. He has ruined my life. He's ruined the lives of many people. The man should be in jail. He's a criminal. He's a thug for what he's done. And the fact that our governor is just as bad for allowing this shit to happen. What kind of governor is this to allow this to happen? People in Nassau County are second-class citizens, treated like garbage, waiting hours for a bus in the freezing cold. Because the buses are all breaking down. Meanwhile, we have a 22 over here. Another 22. It's like I've seen like 4 22s go by already. But no 20, and I've seen like 3 or 4 24s go by. No N20s at all. No N20s, none. 2 trips are missing. I think a third might be missing too. This is a disaster. That bus is having trouble. It just shut off. It just stalled out. Let's go over to it. Now that he's having trouble with this bus, these people are standing out here. Yeah, he had 22. Now it says not in service. Because he broke down. He's having trouble with the bus. They were all breaking down. Every single bus. Can't see him. It's kind of dark, but we have a state of emergency with these buses going on right now. Many are just not showing up. It's just a disaster today. They're all breaking down. Apparently, I thought maybe when the summer was over it would get better, but now they're breaking down from the cold. Sign in the window.
The danger is over at the airport.
What happened, man? You're like a half hour late. You break down or something? Wouldn't start. Wouldn't start up. Yep. They've got tape up here. This is all loose. Hazard over here, somebody could cut themselves on.